Adirondack Toy Show, is that what this is called?
Yeah, yeah.
And this is Ace from Ace's Place 22, and we are here with legendary Ninja Turtle illustrator, creator, comic book designer, Jim Lawson. Jim?
Nice to meet you. Happy to be here.
Shake my hand. There
Oh,
we go.
yeah,
I
man.
did not look awkward. So I just wanted to take a couple minutes of this time and just ask, Jim, how did you get into Ninja Turtles? Why Ninja Turtles? And after all these years, why still Ninja Turtles?
Well, it's funny how I got into it. I was always very artistically kind of motivated, so I was always drawing, and I had pretty much a cartoony style. I even went to art school, got my degree, all that stuff. But at the time, it's funny. I kind of thought I would kind of live this life, this impoverished life of being an artist, where art is probably something you do on the side or after you have your real job, and you make money that way. And it just so happened, my life was all set up that was going to be my reality. Through a friend of a friend, basically, I got an introduction to Kevin and Pete. This woman knew me, and so I drove over to their house. This is a long time ago. This is probably around 1986-7. And these guys were crazy. They were a couple young guys, pretty much like me, running around being goofy, silly. They had these characters I'd never heard of. And I had my portfolio with me, to present my ability, I guess. And right off the bat, they gave me a job inking.
Yeah.
My first job was inking a story called Slime Tales in the back of one of the books. And then it just grew from there. It was more work, and gradually turned into penciling and eventually writing. And I stuck with the studio all along. They moved away from Northwestern Connecticut, where I was at the time. I followed. They couldn't get rid of me, and things just went nuts. That was before all the licensing,
Right, and properties and all of that.
Yeah.
Awesome. Now, Rat King, that's like your number one guy. How did you just come up with the Rat King?
Nope. It is funny. Some people just stopped by earlier, and I told them the story. So, Northwestern Connecticut, like I told you, I guess back in the late 1800s or so, there was an actual character, a guy called the Leatherman, who was a hobo or a drifter, a vagrant,
right,
or whatever. He kind of had this root. If you Google him, you'll find him. He was like a French guy, so he didn't speak any English, but the people down there were aware of him, and he had a schedule, and they would expect him to show up. He would sleep in caves, or just this incredible guy. And I was always kind of fascinated. Not much information, I don't think, is known about him, but there is a photo or two, and he had this leather suit he made and a hat, and it was all patches, and I kind of based the Rat King off this guy.
That's cool.
This crazy guy that lived in the woods kind of thing.
And you can see that through the illustration and the character, that this is somebody that's not just drawn out to be this crazy. There's a whole lore to him. Us as the viewers, whether it's the cartoon or the comic, we get to decide what route we go down with him. So Rat King is legendary.
Yeah, I always thought he was an interesting character.
Absolutely. I wish I had him in the garage box. I wish I had him to bring the time, but of course I'm a kid and I got to take him out. So. But I appreciate your time very much.
Thanks,
really.
Yeah, good time.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for this, and check me out here on YouTube, Ace's Place 22. Thank you.